Welcome back, Halo followers. Certain Affinity basically admitted that they are working on a huge mode or something regarding Halo Infinite and further evolving it. There has been, for the past few months, rumors, screenshots, and a lot of evidence from credible sources, by the way, that there is a massive, epic mode that includes ships, territories, objectives. It's like a mix of Battle Royale and Warzone and something completely new. Halo Infinite has been lacking that really key game mode that has been attracting most streamers and big figures and just mainstream attraction. And it might be in the works and led by Certain Affinity, in which they basically admitted it, in my opinion. So let me read their tweet, alright? They just posted this, by the way. We've been part of the Halo franchise for more than 15 years, and we're honored to say that we are deepening our relationship with 343 and have been entrusted with further evolving Halo Infinite in some new and exciting ways. Join us on the journey. And then they posted the careers page, which has tons and tons of job listings available, tons and tons of open positions. So if you think you can do one of these positions, definitely apply. And I actually got a reply from Certain Affinity talking about applying, but we'll talk about that later. Let's focus on the juicy stuff, right? So this rumor started back, I think, in late January of this year. Serasia said you can hack Sentinels, so they join your team and defend forward operating bases. Just a bit of info from me too, in which he is actually talking about a Windows Central gaming post that collected some evidence and some quotes from insiders and insider information about a massive mode that is being developed on by Certain Affinity, in which basically they admitted this today. 343 has, or rather Halo Infinite I guess maybe, has a track record of having a lot of leaks. And the difference about this game versus leaks for Halo 4 and 5 is that almost all of them have been turning out to be true, in which today we have claims a few months ago that are now surfaced. Certain Affinity has confirmed that they are not only involved with 343 still, but they are working on evolving Halo Infinite in some new and exciting ways. This is basically an admission that there is something massive on the way and is being developed already. So maybe it's campaign DLC, maybe it's this huge mode, which we're going to talk a little bit more about, and I've actually already talked about. So if you've seen all my videos for the past few months, maybe you already seen this stuff. I still want to recap it, but it's codenamed Tatanka, right? And this is a mode that is going to be involving a lot of stuff. I actually asked Halo Hub to dig up some information about it. These guys were the ones that broke the story about Halo Infinite releasing on November 15th before it was ever official, right? So again, Halo Infinite has a track record of just having a lot of valid leaks and rumors. And so in this case, I said, looks like Certain Affinity may be really working on that rumored massive battle mode named Tatanka. And I asked Halo Hub if maybe he could revisit the topic and dig up any info, in which he replied with, our insights. Certain Affinity has been working on a BR-like mode for a while. We just reshared the photos we were sent. We suspect this partnership may be able to help support this mode and add more talent to 343 Industries, who are rather short-staffed for an AAA studio, right? Thank you, HaloFollower, for the suggestion. So yes, if you don't know the pictures that he's talking about, or she's talking about, this is one of them. Respawn and drop pod, true. Use sudden death, true. These are, Halo Hub has been very legitimate in the past. They have not been posting garbage. I think they've been posting pretty valid stuff, which is why I respect their input and these insider images they have. So yes, this could be fake. These pictures could be fake, but it does actually line up with another leak that we have, or another suspected leak, which is where there's just a ton of strings, I believe, that were from the game. Now, I didn't data mine this myself, so I don't know. Maybe take all of this with a grain of salt, maybe. But there are huge string words that imply things, right? Huge things in the game, like objective complete, territories controlled, right? Enemy team has escaped. Enemy team has powered up their base, right? Objective lost. Enemy extracted monitor data. Words like this are apparently in the game, right? Destroy the weak points on their ship with heavy vehicles. They're talking about defending ships, your ship, enemy ship, home ships. There's all kinds of strings that are implying all kinds of exciting things for this mode, including unlocking AI, unlocking weapons, right? Things that imply that this mode is not simply going to be a big team battle with a couple gimmicks, that this is going to be something on par with Star Wars Battlefront 2 Conquest or Supremacy, for example. I'm talking about EA's Battlefront, by the way. So there is just so much stacking up about this story, and this is a trend I've seen. We hear rumors, and then about 2, 3, 4 months later, someone says something. A big figure, an official account, for example, here says something about relating to that rumor, that they have basically confirmed that they have been entrusted. When I read that word entrusted, I hear that an agreement was just signed, that they have been given the mantle of responsibility, for example, to do something big with Halo Infinite. They say new and exciting ways. And they're talking about evolving the game. How are they going to be evolving it? Evolving implies that it's going to be getting better, smarter, faster, and just crazier, you know? So again, I'm very excited to read these things that I'm reading here, that Certain Affinity, when I think of Certain Affinity, I think about how they kind of flopped on the Halo 4 Forge mode, but it's true, they have been involved with Halo for a very long time, and they've been kind of like a sidekick to 343 Industries for developing Halo and kind of filling some of the gaps, and certainly has helped them with the short staffness. So definitely don't read this as a bad thing. If you don't like Certain Affinity, I get it. I absolutely get it. I do want 343 to not be contracting other companies, to just be in-house, employing people, not having a bunch of contractors and contract companies and stuff and deals like this. But this might be a really good thing. Certain Affinity isn't just a random company that's going to be doing armor for them. They might be doing armor and a whole crazy battle mode supporting 343, or even leading the mode, honestly. It sounds like they might be leading on the development on this. And so I actually did reply to this post. I said, I'd love to apply for director of animation. Probably totally out of my league, right? I lack real world studio experience requirements. But yeah, lots of positions here, and they said if you meet most of the requirements, apply anyway. It's worth a shot. So that definitely gave me the inspiration to apply, even though I feel like I'm probably not good enough for the position. But yeah, I do want to give it a try, and I think you should too. If there's any positions here that you want to try out, 343 has a lot of positions, but it would probably be much harder to work at 343 versus one of these positions for Certain Affinity. And I believe they may be working on an IP that is not related to Halo at all. So definitely something to look into if you are interested, especially if you live in Austin or Toronto, although there is a lot of remote positions as well. I would really love to see a roadmap. I would like for them to start talking about this mode, start hyping it up a little bit, because I want to see people return to Halo Infinite right now, because honestly, just the other day, MCC got bigger than Halo Infinite. The total amount of players on Steam anyway was bigger. So you guys let me know what you think about this mode. Is it going to be as exciting and as crazy as we all hope it's going to be? Again, there is I don't want to overexcite anyone or set expectations really, really high, and no matter what they do, you won't meet it. But if it's even half of something this big, then I'm going to be excited. From what I've read from the strings, which, by the way, even if these are directly ripped from the game, doesn't mean that they're all going to be there. These might, it's all work in progress. So doesn't mean it's necessarily going to be there, even if this whole thing is legitimate, even if these screenshots are legitimate. Things are open to changing. And honestly, I think it's a little bit too much. Player count might help with it. If there is a larger player count, like 30, 40, 50 players, then maybe this might work. It does feel a little bit busy and a little bit overwhelming, I think, just reading the text anyway, but I could be wrong about that. Could be like a stage mode, like kind of like Rush from Battlefield. But anyways, you guys let me know what you think. I'm curious to see what y'all's speculation is on all this. And yeah, anyway, take this with a grain of salt. Very excited regardless, and looking forward to see how Certain Affinity is going to evolve and freshen up Halo Infinite. So anyways, big stuff here, guys. I'll catch you in the next one soon. All right, be sure to smash that like button if you enjoyed the content, and I'll catch you in the next one soon. Peace.